Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We are taking a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs today. As we get closer to the 2021 NHL trade deadline, we are going to be doing some mock trades for the Toronto Maple Leafs heading into the deadline. We're going to be taking a look at that in this video. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're going to start off with a pretty, small trade, and we'll obviously go into the bigger trade. Now, it's two trades in particular. Seems like the Toronto Maple Leafs want to add some more grit to their lineup, especially with Wayne Simmonds out of the lineup. They do have guys like Zach Bogosian, which obviously helps in that factor. But they want a little bit more sandpaper, a little bit more grit. And there are two specific needs that the Leafs would like to address. Maybe bring in another defenseman, as well as bringing in a sandpaper guy, as well as adding to defense. We're going to do that in both trades. So, the first trade we're going to do is to the Vancouver Canucks. So they stay north of the border, which is kind of a big factor when you think about it, because now you're talking about a situation where you don't have to go through the 2-week quarantine, crossing the border, and they could pretty much go to Toronto as soon as possible. And the assets that go to Vancouver, well, they're really just assets. They aren't actual players, so that gets done pretty easily as well. So, let's get right into it. So, going to the Vancouver Canucks is a 2021 second-round pick and a third-round pick in 2021. So, a 2021 second and third-round pick going to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for right winger Jake Virtanen. Jake Virtanen is a middle six forward. He tore up the Maple Leafs actually last week, and he is coming in at a $2.55 million contract for this season and next year. So the Leafs would be taking on a little bit of risk in terms of cap on a guy that has the potential to be a top six forward. Maybe not so much now, but people still feel he's a grit agitator guy. He's a big guy, and he could still add that to a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs. He can pot the puck in every once in a while. Not so much this year, or last year he did pretty well. Not really that much this year, but maybe a team like Toronto where he's playing with super skill guys, maybe he's an upgrade for them in the top six on a cheaper contract. The other guy in this deal, and I don't know if he is interested in waiving his no-move clause, but maybe to win a Stanley Cup for a couple weeks. Maybe we see right shots at defenseman Travis Hamonic waive his no-trade clause to go to the Leafs. He's making $1.75 million for this season. He's a pending unrestricted free agent, and this is a guy where if you're Toronto, you're solidifying some defense. You have a lot of young defensemen like Timothy Liljegren, as well as some of the young guys like, Calle Rosen. The young guys like Mikko Lehtonen. I mean, he's a little bit older, but still first NHL season. So the Maple Leaf, Rasmus Sandin. So this is a fairly young defense. So adding a guy like Hamonic brings a little bit of experience, brings a little bit of grit, which again we're talking about with the Leafs. They want that little bit of an agitator. He's not afraid to drop the gloves. He's not afraid to lay a big hit, and I think he would fit well with the Maple Leafs. So now the big trade, and this guy is going to be thrown around in a lot of my mock trades really until he gets moved. And we are heading to Nashville, and the Nashville Predators are giving up Mattias Ekholm, left shot defenseman. He is, I believe, 29 years old. He's making $3.75 million on the cap hit for this year and next. Perfect for the Maple Leafs window. He is a potential top pairing defenseman for the Leafs right away. He instantly adds some leadership. He went to the Stanley Cup final with the Nashville Predators back in 2016. So he has that experience under his belt. So he instantly adds that leadership, that presence to the Maple Leafs young blue line and just the room in general. Again, another guy like Hamonic, not afraid to drop the gloves, a leader, left shot defenseman. These are all things that the Leafs absolutely want, and they could get all of that in Mattias Ekholm. But it will come at a price. And what is that price exactly? So you're giving up centerman Alex Kerfoot. He's making $3.5 million per season for the next 3 years. This is kind of a weighed out contract. The reason you have to do this is the Leafs are trying to remove some salary in this deal. So you still have to move out. There's still $0.2 million left that Toronto has to figure out, but they can make some internal moves to probably fix that little bit of a cap issue. You also have another play in this deal, which would maybe weigh that out enough, which I'll be getting into. But the other assets in this deal are 2021 first-round pick from Toronto, as well as former first-round pick defenseman, right-shot defenseman, Timothy Liljegren. You guys are going to say, what are you talking about? You cannot trade Liljegren. Well, maybe some of you are out in Toronto because he's obviously had some issues with Sheldon Keefe. He's not getting much playing time. So maybe a change of scenery is exactly what Timothy Liljegren means. Now, it may come back to bite the Leafs in the butt in a couple years, but still, it doesn't seem like it's working out for him. Other guys have moved up in the system that are just getting more ice time than him. Like I said, Mikko Lehtonen, Rasmus Sandin, Kalle Rosen, those guys seem to, Travis Dermott, they seem to be getting more minutes than Timothy Liljegren, and it makes Liljegren more expendable, and trade him while his value is still somewhat decent. He's on the final year of his entry-level deal. Nashville can sign him in the offseason and figure out what they're going to do with him in the future. And Toronto instantly gets better. They see themselves in a window now. You're trading, quite honestly, 2 first-round picks and a bad contract, which I think that is the good thing here. I think Alex Kerfoot could add some nice help to Nashville in the bottom 6, potentially in the top 6 as soon as next year, because if they start to make some trades, trading out guys like Mikael Granlund, maybe a guy like Matt Duchene at some point, some of these guys start to leave the organization, that could make a guy like Alex Kerfoot fit into the team for the next couple years. They don't have to worry about re-signing him. He's already in the system, and he can play as a good, solid, defensive-minded middle 6 forward. So that is it for my Maple Leafs mock trades. It's only 2 trades. The Leafs are pretty solid. They're kind of cap constrained, which makes things more difficult. So we're not seeing them pick up any superstars like Jack Eichel or, even the lower end guys. I just don't think it's going to happen. We're going to see them make little moves, but I think Mattias Ekholm is a nice addition, and that would be really big for the Leafs. So you look at what the Leafs add. So the Maple Leafs add at this deadline Jake Virtanen, a pending unrestricted free agent right shot defenseman in Travis Hamonic, and really the key guy here, left shot defenseman Mattias Ekholm, which a lot of people is rating as the best defenseman available right now going into the 2021 NHL trade deadline. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of these mock trades? Do you think this is good for the Leafs, bad for the Leafs, maybe another position that you would like to see the Leafs upgrade in? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, help us hit on the road to 1K subscribers, so make sure to do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.